this movie is gonna bring the chills.
You get thrown into this horror roller coaster.
Did you miss me?
Extremely unhinged.
Murder.
It's pretty intense.
Nice little town you found.
It's gonna bring the blood, it's gonna bring the gore.
Mystery.
It's got the jump scares.
Brutal kills.
Reminds me of where we grew up.
Exciting and fun and scary.
Die-hard fans are gonna get what they deserve.
You sure know a lot about me for another asshole hiding behind a voice changer.
You're gonna get scared, you're gonna scream.
It's horror, it's blood. Very gruesome.
You got everything you need.
I think that this is going to be 7 times as good as Scream 1. Unless you worked on Scream 1, then I didn't say that.
I love the horror genre. I've loved it ever since I was a little kid. I knew when I went to see Halloween as a child, there's nothing like watching the audience jump and scream and laugh. So, we play with the tropes of the ones that were actually created before us, but we have our cake and we eat it too. We have our Michael Myers, we have our Jason Voorhees as Ghostface. But under the mask is always a different person, and it's always a different character, and it's always a different motive. That's one of the things about Scream is that everyone's a suspect.
Every time you have a different killer, as the writer or co-writer on these movies, you want to keep people guessing, and generally your eye is going to be on the new characters, but there are, certainly cases in which you should be suspecting legacy characters, and that is part of the fun, juggling new cast with returning cast, and coming up with interesting motives for everybody.
I think the whodunit, the mystery, that's what makes it unique. That's what makes it not Halloween or Friday the 13th, is that there's a mystery involved. There's a little Agatha Christie thrown in. I thought Scream 6 was amazing. I love going to New York City. I thought that worked like a charm. And here I am going back to small town America, and how do I make that as thrilling as New York City? And so I just went with what Wes Craven taught me, which is make it emotional. We're bringing Neve Campbell back. People love Sidney Prescott. People stop me on the street and ask about Sidney Prescott. And so I thought, why don't we just concentrate on her?
Sidney Prescott, we wanted her to have dealt with her demons, and she really has, and we wanted to show life after trauma. This isn't something that defines her, even though the killer in the movie wants it to. And we were interested in the phenomenon of hero worship and people feeling like celebrities or politicians owe them something.
I am so sorry about Lucas. No, it's just you're like a celebrity to him.
And that they need to behave in a certain way as the people expect them to behave. And if they don't, if they disappoint a fan, then the result could be very dangerous.
Hey, an old Dateline was on last night about the Ghostface killers in New York. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
They did a good job covering the aftermath. Kevin is such a great guy, and it feels so incredibly special to get to be a part of this movie when he is getting to do this for the first time as a director. This thing that really started his whole career, and you can feel how much it means to him and how much it means to people like Neve.
I was so excited when we got Kevin on board. I had actually been speaking with Gary Barber and William, our co-producers, and we made the decision that Kevin was the best choice for this. So I got to ask him, which was an amazing feeling.
Cute. And not as cute as Kevin.
No, nothing's as cute as Kevin.
It's just the full circle moment, I guess, for the whole franchise, but for him to be, steering the whole ship of this Scream franchise, to be directing this Scream 7, it's really special. It feels incredible to be a part of that.
Working with Kevin Williamson was an absolute dream come true. I've been a huge fan of his for a very long time. I love Dawson's Creek and Vampire Diaries.
And that's the thing that drew me to this project, first and foremost, was Kevin's involvement. This is his brainchild, None of this would exist without him.
I love Scream so much. It is so personal to me. It is so my childhood. It is my early career. It is everything to me. So to do a Scream movie, it just sort of reignited all those feelings. It just reignited my, everything I learned from Wes Craven, from sitting on the set with him.
You know what? When I heard Kevin was directing, I was so intimidated because I'd only met him a couple times, and he's a legend. Like, this franchise wouldn't exist without him. And I don't know how this will sound, but I'm no longer intimidated by him. He is the sweetest, kindest, most humble, talented, delightful person.
It's Kevin Williamson, so he's a genius, right? So he created this franchise, So he did that. Like, so you imagine just doing that, right? So, and he's obviously a wonderful writer and a wonderful director and producer. And this is why he's been working steadily most of his life, because he's so good at what he's doing and so kind. And his direction, you're like, oh yeah, how come I didn't think of that?
Scream is, in a lot of ways, the brainchild of Kevin Williamson. That means any question you have has an answer that is wrought with history and general character understanding that I don't know if there was anyone else outside of maybe the late Wes Craven who could offer such insight.
I've always thought it would be a wonderful thing to have Kevin direct, so it's been incredible. It's our dynamic together. He's a dear friend. I love him to death. He knows these characters and these films better than anybody. So it's been so nice to have him at the helm.
Can you knock?
I did.
Can you wait for a response?
Ben, how you doing over there? On the floor, behind the bed.
Nev is like just incredibly sweet, welcoming, and such an absolute professional. Makes you feel at home. Like they called and said that I was invited to do this, and you're coming into a world that has already been established, and it's kind of like your first day at school. Nev, she immediately breaks that down and welcomes you in, which is awesome.
This character is so iconic and people gravitate towards Sydney because of Nev Campbell. She's got this really raw, fascinating like depth and vulnerability to her, and then on top of it, she's got this really great strength.
Sweetie, it's not safe.
So why are you going?
Because I know what I'm doing.
And I think that sort of runs toe-to-toe with the character and with the actress. So it's been just wonderful getting to know her as a friend, and also just getting to work with someone who's so incredibly talented and also very kind.
The thing that makes this movie so special for me is that Nev Campbell has come back in a big way. In part 5, she was part of someone else's story. And I think in this movie, it's really about Sidney Prescott. And I thought, what would happen if she had a daughter that was exactly the same age as she was when this all started back in 1996. And by keeping the past from her daughter, she's made her daughter vulnerable to what could come knocking.
Working with Nev Campbell was definitely a bucket list sort of thing. It's a pinch me moment. She's iconic, but also just a sweet, lovely human being.
Up there?
Do you love that I actually called 911?
I did.
That I actually did it?
Yeah, working with Isabel's been amazing. She's a phenomenal actress, and it's been really fun to have her character introduced into the film and have Sydney have this incredible relationship.
Hypocrite.
Incredible and complicated relationship with her daughter.
Isabel May is such a terrific actress. And when we were casting Tatum, I wanted someone that rich, that had that emotional life that just sort of like leaped out of her. She has so much depth, so much heaviness, so much seriousness. She was very much Sidney Prescott's daughter.
You know, she's not the first girl to let a boy sneak in her window.
Yeah, she made that point.
You know, Nev was very clear about who she thinks Sydney would be married to. She's like very, very smart. And she's like, Sydney's very traumatized. Sydney has been through hell and back. She's a very heavy, heavy character. She's, I think I would marry somebody who made me laugh.
I just wanted you to see me as more than a sex slave.
Oh, you have a mind too?
My agent contacted me, and they were like, there's a role that they are wondering if you'd like to do. And I didn't think they were serious because they're, you know, agents. And I told my family, and my 16-year-old, I was saying, I have this offer to be in Scream 7. He just goes, do it! You'll be relevant again. And so I was like, thank you.
Joel McHale is great. He is super tall, really, really funny, really bright, witty, a great actor, and such a nice element to bring into Sydney's life.
He's just a really great counterbalance to Sydney, and they have a really good chemistry together, and they're actually really fun together on screen.
We don't get to see Sydney laugh a lot. We don't get to see her in sort of a light part of her life, and Joel really helps to bring that into the household.
Get so nervous on stage, it's painful to watch.
Oh, God, I used to get stage fright. I know the feeling.
You did theater?
The battle for the soul is fought in the forum of art. You're a fighter, Sid. That's why you're here. That's why this is your major.
Sydney, you know, was the lead of her college production. And Tatum didn't even know that Sydney had aspirations to be an actress. And then that's another point of connection for them, that, like, Sydney's withheld because it brings back too many ugly memories from Scream 2. I was a theater kid in high school, so I knew that world very well and how to write those characters. And I was actually in a rig once in a high school play, and so I could really relate to poor Hannah being stuck up there, because I once got stuck up there myself. But yeah, it was just such a fun scene to write.
You know, one of the things that Nev and I spoke about early on was we want this movie to be scary and suspenseful and not gory. We were too many stabby stabs.
And go stay.
And then, of course, we both got into it and we went, well, you know, Wes was a little gory. McKenna Grace, she had to learn how to fly and do the wire work, and then there was so much technical about, you know, the stabbings and the gutting, and there was a mix of prosthetics mixed with visual effects.
And then go ahead and flip this around so they see the gray.
The thing that's the coolest about this particular scene, it's a juxtaposition between super pretty, kind of angelic, sparkly fairy makeup and death. So it looks so cool and over the top and just everything that you want from a Scream movie. The special effects kind of work in tandem with VFX on this show, so we have built all the practical things, the innards and the blood and the different colors of blood, the different textures of blood, and then VFX will take it to the next level for us.
Now the knife blade has to be CGI because of safety concerns of Ghostface running around slashing a knife in someone's face. You have to be careful, so sometimes you have to have him just hold one half of the knife and the blade has to be added later. So the CGI knife is something that was new to me, because in Scream 1 we didn't have to do that.
Copy. Got the mark. Yeah.
I've always wanted to do this. This is an idea that I've always had that I've wanted to do in a movie, where someone gets trapped in the crawl space of the house and the killer senses they're in there and just starts stabbing through the wall. It was a lot of fun to shoot, and when you talk to the actresses, they'll tell you they got so claustrophobic in that wall when we were shooting it that terror is real. They're really scared.
Are you okay? Well, Nev and Courtney Cox are obviously kind of infamous sort of figures. They've been doing this for a very long time.
You're bleeding.
We've seen them grow up.
Your point.
And so this is an interesting, you're kind of bringing, it's a bit nostalgic, you're bringing the past back and away.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at Courtney.
Fallbrook Psychiatric Hospital, it's a couple hours away. We'll start there. There she is.
It's been really great to reunite with Courtney again. We love working with each other. We were saying the other day, we can't believe it's been 30 years. It's just so crazy. The dynamic between the two has always been a lot of fun, their love-hate relationship.
You gonna play nice?
Of course not. I've been waiting for this interview for 30 years.
And we get to see more of that in this one, although now they're more bonded as older women who've you know, journeyed through a lot together. It's been lovely to see Courtney bring another level of humanity to Gail through what Gail's experience was with Dewey.
What if I had asked you about Dewey on live TV? What would you say? Well, I'd say I'm fine. Because that's what I tell myself 500 times a day, just to get through the day.
Yeah, there's just extra layers, which is lovely.
It's very important to Courtney that Gail stay Gail. We don't want to soften her too much.
You need to get out of my face!
You know, I do think, though, that her relationship with Sydney is a very important factor in this film. And you know, they have a sisterhood of shared trauma. They have a kinship of common suffering, and they understand the horror of Woodsboro like no one else. And their connection with Dewey is sort of what unites them. And I think it always will. And so I love their relationship because it is sort of a push-pull. It is sort of, it's not easy, you know, it's not without its strife, but they also have a great care and love and trust for one another. And I just love their sisterhood in this franchise. And I would never, ever want to do a Scream without Courtney Cox. She loves this franchise, and I love her.
You like horror movies, Lucas? What are you doing?
Mom, it's Gail Weathers.
Please leave my son out of whatever it is you're doing.
Anna Camp has been amazing. I adore her. She plays my best friend Jessica in the movie, and the dynamic is a lot of fun. Again, it's a way to bring some lightness to Sydney and see her have some joy in her life, and then things get complicated with Jessica later.
One of the ways that this Ghostface torments Sydney is by using an old familiar face.
What happened to the two of you? You both had so much spunk.
You're gonna die, you AI asshole.
My name is Matthew Lillard, and I play Stu Mocker. Words I never thought I would say again. returning to the franchise after all these years is exciting, humbling, and relatively terrifying.
One of the things I think Guy Busick did so well in the screenplay was he spends the entire movie proving that Stu Macher could be alive.
Because Stu is my favorite character in the entire franchise after Dewey.
So don't care. I don't give a shit.
And I love Lillard's performance in the original Scream so much. It's just such an iconic performance that I was just over the moon to be able to write dialogue for Stu Macher and get to see Matthew perform it. That was just one of the great thrills, I think, of this entire experience.
What's your favorite scene in the original that takes place in this room?
I'm feeling a little woozy. That's my favorite scene.
Line. I'm feeling a woozy, yeah!
It was funny, in preparation for the part, I went back and watched the original movie, and there's definitely moments in that movie that are a little mortifying.
Stu Macher is back. Audiences have been begging for that for 30 years, so, they're gonna be super stoked. It's been challenging to figure out how do we get Matt back, because we've always wanted to, and we realized the best way to do that was for it to be an AI character of Stu, which makes sense. It's a perfect way to do it without it being completely cheesy and unrealistic.
We were talking a lot about AI and deepfakes and things like that, and obviously technology is a part of most of these movies. Going back to the original, the phone was a major component.
What about that cellular phone, Bill? Well, we're pulling Loomis's account.
Certainly the first movie, at the time, it was very clever. Before Scream, a lot of movies were trying to be timeless, and at that moment, Kevin sort of switched filmmaking on its ear and said, let's just make it super current and right now.
Lucas, do you know anything about AI?
I refuse. That is the death of civilization.
Kevin, he's got this incredible ability to capture what's happening in the zeitgeist and put it directly into the films.
It's more like we're showing Gail the ropes of making premium content.
No, don't say content.
For Scream 7, Kevin has used what's happening in technology, tools that we're finding and society's dealing with on a day-to-day basis. He's implemented the things that are, again, happening right now in 2026.
I'm at Parker's Tavern with your daughter.
We found that bar tavern. It's what Wes and I would do. We found the location and then we wrote the sequence. We had the sequence sketched out. Here's what happens in this scene. But once we got into the environment, we were able to decide, well, let's have Chloe at the bar and we'll do that. But let's go to the kitchen first and let's see what we can do in the kitchen.
And then the brutal deaths in the bar were also something Kevin had wanted to do for a long time, and he was like, what about? And I was like, oh yes, we're so doing that.
I think we should be prepared for him when he comes into that. And when we're pushing it, he should be looking up at us.
Sounds good. Marcus,
I come down 6 to 8 inches.
Copy that.
Ramsey Nicola and I have worked together for years, and so I just asked him. It just felt like it's such a familiarity. It's like we spoke the same language, and so it was just, when you're shooting a movie, it's the first film I've shot since 1998. I wanted to stack the deck in my favor, and one of the ways that you do that is you bring on a super, super talented team of people, and that's what I tried to do in every single category.
Let's unmask this fucker. I'm gonna talk you through it. Wait.
I don't hear him. I think he left.
No, he's trying to find another way in.
The most important part of that scene, I think, was that's the sort of the climax of the drama of their relationship, where Tatum is begging for help. So Sidney is going to teach her through the phone how to be Sidney Prescott.
Right now, you need to survive. That is what's important right now.
Okay. You're gonna have to shoot
him through the wall.
She's going to teach her how to be a warrior, how she's going to save herself. And it's really sort of frightening, but it's also a nice emotional climax for their relationship, because this is the moment where Tatum rises up and stands tall, and she holds that gun out and she fires it and she takes out Ghostface.
Shoot him now! Do it now!
This is the birth of a final girl. And we sort of watch this character of Tatum rise up and become her mother.
You okay? I'm Sidney fucking Prescott's daughter.
It's been really fun for me to see these films continue to bring in young audiences, and that people, even the younger kids, they've been watching them all. They're not just connecting to the most recent. They're not just connecting to the younger characters. They're really engaging in the journey of all the characters, and that's been really fun to see.
I didn't realize, at the point I am in my career and the age I am in my career, I didn't realize how, what a profound impact directing Scream 7 would have on me. But what it really did was it kind of connected me to my past and to my early career and to Scream 1 and to Wes Craven. You know, he was my mentor in so many ways.
There's something really lovely about having Nev and Courtney back on the film with Kevin. It's like getting the old gang back together. The first movie, action! There's something about that time in our lives that was so simple. It was a little like a college experience, right? Like some people go to college and they sort of have this collection of memories that means so much to them. Well, for me, for us, Scream is that sort of experience.
Have I always wanted to direct a Scream movie? I can't really answer that. I never really thought about it. I didn't really think it was part of the plan or or even a possibility. And when I got the phone call and it became a reality and a real thing, I was like, yes, I do want to do this. I really desperately want to do this with all my heart. And everyone just came and rallied around me and gave me all the support in the world to make the movie. I can't imagine a better experience, and it's been a blast. I wrote Scream 1 just hoping somebody would watch it, somebody would like it, and then if they did like it, well, here's a possible part 2. And it just turned out that now we're here at part 7 talking about part 8. So it's going so far beyond my wildest dreams.